Yes, hello. Before we begin, please let me remind you that I had called many of you and you don't know that, or emailed you to attend this meeting under various circumstances that are not good.
Love having him up here. Awesome. Thank you, Mara. I'm going to switch to Poppy for the next question.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes. Who's
Oh,
speaking?
oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. Oh, this is Poppy, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were a girl. All right.
Oh, well, so this is a photo of Ariana Grande, actually.
You can laugh. I have no idea who that is, but all right.
You don't know who Ariana Grande is?
No, I live under a rock.
Okay, like, you know the song, Thank You, Next, you know that one?
No. I listen to like 70s rock and
Oh, okay. You should really listen to her music. I mean, she's literally like the queen of pop, like
I'm,
the best artist of all time.
I'm going to pass, but all right, man.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, hi, my name is Poppy. This space really interested me because I was just wondering if like how many followers you had impacted your reach on X because I like last month I had about like 100 followers. And I like now I'm up to like 7,000, and the reason why is because like I was tweeting a lot, and then I got like 109 million engagements like out of nowhere, and then like I got like 7,000 followers from that. So I was wondering if like does your following account affect how many engagements you have, and does having more followers impact your engagement, or can you still have a lot of followers but still get not a lot of views?
Yes. So I'll give you an example. When my account was like at 100,000 followers, I have about 440K right now. When I was at 100,000 followers, I remember I used to get like right around a million to 2 million uh, impressions a day, and I would get about roughly 40, 50,000 impressions a month. And then I remember as my account started to grow, be like, hey, I'm at 200,000 followers now, and I'm getting 100 million impressions a month and stuff like that. Nowadays, I get between 350 million to 450 million impressions a month. So absolutely, man, the bigger your account gets, the more impressions you're going to get. And that's just natural because a lot of people follow you. Like if I leave a comment on this, like I don't even have to do anything like repost or anything. If one of my friends, has a small and I see them in my timeline because I follow them because they're somebody I actually know, they have like 300 followers. If I leave a comment on them, I'll see their impressions shoot up from like 50 to thousands, and that's just because my account is leaving a comment on theirs. So the more followers you have, the more people discover you. I did look at your profile, Poppy, and I noticed that you have a lot of following, and that can harm your account if you're not careful. If you're following way too many people, so I do want to caution you. You might be at a safe point. Let me calculate. I'm gonna pull up my calculator. So from my math, 1 second. Sorry, my calculator shut down. From the math that I can see, you are following too many accounts. You need to be following 4,300 accounts or less, or it's going to affect you negatively. It's not going to be like the end all be all. It's not like your account reaches zero because you have too many, but it is just another thing that works against you. So, my advice is to start paring down the people that you follow, and be careful with that.
Oh yeah, I think you're definitely right about that because what happened is like I got like 7,000 followers within the span of like 2 weeks, and a lot of people would ask me to like follow them back, so like I did because I'm nice. But I did notice that my engagements kind of went down after I did that, and when I was only following like 50 people and I had like 7,000 followers, like my engagements were much higher. So maybe I should start following people. Thank you for that advice, actually.
Yeah, no problem, Poppy. Thanks for coming up here and asking a question.
I also have one more question. So obviously, having more followers equals more engagements because that more followers equals more reach. So how could someone get like hundreds of thousands of followers like you?
They'll do what I did. I started becoming a reply guide to bigger accounts. Back when I had my account was brand new and I had no followers, I started going to bigger accounts that had hundreds of thousands and a couple that had like a million. I think like 1.5 million was like the bigger that I did. So I was following accounts with hundreds of thousands, and I became their reply guys. I was replying to every time they would post. I would drop a meme. That was what I would do. I have memes organized by category and like what they're about, and so they would make a post. Let's say somebody made a post about, you know, I don't know, inflation. I'd have a meme about inflation and printing money and all that, like or an IRS or Federal Reserve meme ready. If they made if they made a comment about some sort of war, I would have an anti-war meme already ready. So I had like my strategy was to leave memes immediately on these people's posts. So if you want to win, you got to be a
The
reply guy.
demonic
So I
world
invite you to
loves
be a
abortion
reply guy
because
in
this
all
is
my comments, as well as the other big accounts up here. Subscribe to me as well. And
I
that's what
should. I definitely should. I must say, like, I am very impressed with your account because you've only been on X for like a year and a half, maybe, and you already have like nearly half a million
well the
followers. Like, that's very impressive.
my account aged by the day that I first posted. So when Elon bought the majority share of Twitter, so not when he was the owner, but he bought like the biggest share, was in February, I believe, of 2022. That's when I created the account. I was like, all right, this is intriguing. This guy is trying to like at least change Twitter for what it is. So he came in and he bought the biggest shareholder piece. So when that happened, I created the
What do you
account, but I didn't
think
plan to ever post.
the
All I was
future
doing was
holds?
scrolling newsfeed. I followed like the news people that I liked. I followed the talking heads that I listened to like on YouTube and stuff. Anything that I already consumed in other platforms, I just followed them on Twitter, and that's what I used it for. And then I think it was on July 4th. By that point, uh, on July 4th, which is Independence Day, and I am a freedom account. I believe in freedom and liberty, so that's when I made my first post. I actually made my first post, but I had like less than 10 followers. So that was around the time when I was like, all right, it really looks like Elon is gonna buy Twitter. So let me start trying to make memes on this platform. So based on my first post on July 4th, my account's really like a year or 2 months old. And at the pace that I'm going and growing, I should theoretically hit a million somewhere between December through like May, because my rate of growth is escalating rapidly. So I should be possibly hitting a million followers the next three, maybe not three, the next 5 to 8 months. I should hit a million. So yeah, the biggest piece of advice is to subscribe to me. Join my subscribers only group chat. Subscribe to Wall Street Silver, Ian, and Malcolm. Subscribe to the content creators that actually lift people up. If you subscribe to me, I always try to reply to you when I can. Plus, I have the subscribers only group chat where we really help each other out and we go out of our way to lift each other up. And so I have found a ton of people in my subscribers group chat are now they're like every day I log in and I start reading the messages and I start talking to people and I see like two or three people. I just hit monetization today. Woo! I just hit monetization. So we really encourage each other and we help each other. So that's my piece of advice. So thank you, Poppy, again for coming up here. Sorry that I don't know who your Ariana person is, but I'm sure she's lovely. And before I
Unbelievable. You don't know who Ariana Grande is.
dude,
Whoa, Ian. Hey, we're not all stands, man. Come on.
I listen to like metal and classic rock. Those are like my two favorite genres. And my wife listens to country, so I'm kind of starting to pick up some country artists here and there. So I basically listen to classic rock and metal or Celtic rock. There's here's a kind of a weird shout out. So if you guys look up, this might be hard to type if you don't speak Spanish. Mago de Oz, which is Wizard of Oz in Spanish. Mago and then Deoz, Mago de Oz. It's like an 80s, I think from the 80s. It's an 80s Celtic rock band from Spain. And oh my gosh, their music is freaking amazing. So it sounds kind of like
I'll go listen to them now.
I love Mago de Oz. It's one of my favorite bands, top 5 of all time. It's like a mixture of folk, of like folk music, kind of Celtic sounding folk music, and classic rock. It is freaking awesome.
Any particular album you would recommend or do you cover?
Yeah, I would suggest the first song would be Molinos de Viento. And Molinos de Viento is Don Quixote giving advice to Sancho Panza. It's kind of related to the Don Quixote song. All of their songs are also very poetic. So I'll see if I can find the band on Twitter and I'll put it on the Jumbotron. In the meantime, let's Georgia Cabrera ask a question.
Oh my god, I'm learning so much from you guys. First of all, thank you so much for allowing me to speak here in this space. Hello, everyone. Let me tell you something. I have learned in the last 3 days that I don't know how. It was a blessing to stumble upon this group of amazing people that you have here. I have learned more that I've learned in the last, I don't know, I have the account since 2009. I had it abandoned there. I paid the account again in maybe a year and a half ago. But you guys are a Pandora box of information that I've been searching for every single place. Trust me, I'm a mom. The reason why I want to learn is because I want to know, number one, more than my children. Number two, because I think it's important that we continue growing in every aspect. I have a lot of trust and a lot of belief, and I think X and Elon are doing incredible things for humanity and also for all of us here at home. So I think this is an incredible. I just want to thank before I go to my question because this is a golden opportunity. Thank you guys. Muchísimas gracias, Capi, por todo lo que están haciendo por todos nosotros.
Claro que sí. Are you also from Mexico?
No, born here in United States and grew up in Argentina. The best of I'm a mud, like every Argentinian, half
Wait.
Italian, half Spaniard. I'm a mud.
Are you familiar with Javier Milei?
Sí, como no, el próximo presidente. I don't know much about politics. My family's still there, but I think anything that could bring hope for a nation is amazing. The last time the Argentinians had hope was for the World Cup, and that didn't last too long. So I am very, very happy for the feelings of future, of a positive future for everyone.
Yeah,
So
Right now, hyperinflation has completely destroyed. I'm not even
it's terrible. It's terrible what's going on.
If you want to learn a little bit more about this,
you guys are saying. And I cannot wait. Before I pass on this knowledge that I acquire from you guys to whomever trusts in me, I like to try it first. You know, I think it's important before you pass on a recipe or knowledge or an advice. I think you should, have a little bit of experience. I went from having 900, 600 impressions, 6,000, the most that I've had, to 34,000 impressions, just doing a couple of not only everything that you guys have taught us in these classes. So this is incredible. This is a gold mine of knowledge. I subscribe to all of you. I'm still subscribing to people, and I think it's the best investment I could ever done to my future and my kids' future. Why not? We're going towards that. So thank you guys for doing this. This is amazing. And my question is it's simple. I have two questions. One, when I look at people who I have subscribed, like for example you, Capi, or Wall Street, I do not see the post in chronological orders. And I'm pretty familiar with the way that Twitter works, or X. And I went to the settings, and I set up for, the little bell and things like that. Even though I have the notifications, I don't get them in chronological order or right away. Is there anything that I can do about that, or is just the way it works?
I'm not entirely sure. what I don't think you can affect it. No, there's nothing you can do about it to influence it. So the best thing I recommend is to just make your replies as best as possible. Honestly,
Okay. Okay, one thing. And another question. I'm looking at my analytics, and before I started my dogs, sort of the normal life of a mom and the house, I work from home. If I get the analytics, I don't see my old tweets. They don't appear. Like when it says tweets that I send out, it says zero.
Oh, that's a bug. Like everybody doesn't see it. It's pretty
Okay.
intermittent. Sometimes it
Okay.
shows up. Most of the time it just doesn't. Yeah.
yeah. Unfortunately, they said they're working on fixing a lot of these things like TweetDeck or XPro and analytics. But yeah, it's still a great place to track how you're doing, even if you can't see it, all the information all the time.
No, it has been incredible, and I don't even think about it until you guys mention it. So I know there's a lot of people asking questions that need to ask questions, and I'm here to just thank you and to keep learning from you guys. This is incredible, incredible, and I hope we do this in Spanish. I
Well,
do have a space. I do other things, and I'm not going to mention anything that I do here. You can go to my profile and check it out. And how do we grow followings? Just by I've heard you told the person before me by engaging and retweeting. Is that the only way that we can grow followers, or is there another formula?
Actually,
as far as I can tell, if you're a small account, the only real way to do it right now is to be a
Hmm.
sophisticated reply person.
Wonderful,
Um,
and in
wonderful.
other spaces,
maybe one day I'll host a space in Spanish. I don't know how to get a lot of people to listen.
Oh, ahí vamos a estar, por supuesto.
If you know, yeah, if you know somebody with a large account in Spanish, like over 100,000 people or something, then
Hmm.
have
I'm
them.
sure we have a lot of people here in the spaces that here in your space, you have a lot of people who speak Spanish, and I'm sure they're going to be reaching out to you. Guys, one of the things that you have to do, please, please retweet the spaces. This is knowledge that we have to share. And you know what? It's a domino effect. Number one, if I probably end up in this space because one of the people that I follow was listening to it, or maybe because it was retweet and I saw it, and it's going to help us. We need retweets, we need answers, we need replies. So it's like a chain reaction. It's not like they're going to take your spotlight away from you. So it's good that you share this kind of spaces to share the knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Georgia.
Muchísimas gracias, Capi. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and I'll see you in the space. I'll be here. I'm sure I have more questions coming
De,
up soon.
nada, de nada. Gracias.
Muchas
So,
gracias.
real quick before I get the next question up here, I want to remind everyone to go to the account up there that I have as a co-host, Space Dragons Guild. Give them a follow. It is a friend's page. He is an author. You're going to get mostly nerdy memes, sci-fi, fantasy. It's There's no way you wouldn't like the page. It's legitimately funny plus actually good content. So give them a follow. Trying to give them a boost, trying to get them to 10K. So help me help them. So give them a follow. Number two, definitely